What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a great Friday. Thank God it is Friday. So we're going to talk and give you a little update on what I think is going to be a couple shots of some cooler air coming up in the next week and some change here. First one will be midweek this coming week. Before we get deep into this video, this is not going to be too long of a video, just short and sweet and to the point. Please subscribe if you haven't. It'd be much appreciated. I'm on a mission to 1,000 before the end of the year, so let's get going. So here we are, this coming Monday, very humid conditions. The dew points are going to be high. It's going to be very humid, very damp, stormy throughout the entire weekend and into early next week before we have a pattern change. Now check it out, already up top just north of North Carolina, you have some lower dew points. Remember, keep in mind, 70s in the dew points is very humid. 60s is a little bit better, but still not super crisp. Dew points in the 50s and when you walk out and say, there we go, there's that fall air, and here it comes. Here it comes for Tuesday morning. Look at those lower dew points entering North Carolina. That is beautiful right there. And it looks like it'll be kind of equivalent to this last cool down we had this past weekend. One thing I'm noticing a difference between this one is I think the high temperatures may be what's a little bit lower than what we had this past cool down. It felt great outside this past cool down, but high temperatures were still close to 90 degrees. This might be different, and this might be make it deeper and down to the coast. So I'm talking to you guys on the coast. Y'all might feel more dry air this time. So check it out next Wednesday morning. Dew points in the 50s for a large chunk of the state. And if you're not in the 50s, you're in the 60s for dew points. So hardly any humidity the middle part of next week. And this has been pretty consistent on all the model runs, even GFS and the European, two main models, really showing a nice cool down for early next week with dew points in the 50s for 3 days or so, and maybe in the 60s on and off. It will kind of be back and forth, but not super dry air, because it's one of those, it's not a direct frontal passage, if you will. It's more of a kind of cold air damming, but not cold air. Some dry air damming, if you will, where a lot more dry air is just centered in the Carolinas as opposed to the mid-south. But it'll be better. But as we get into next Friday, a week from today, we start to get the humidity that's going to start to increase again. And unfortunately, it doesn't last long. We're just not at that time of the year yet. But we are lucky enough to get multiple shots of cool air in September. I tell you what, the last few years we have only had one shot maybe. So we're definitely lucky enough to have multiple shots of potentially cool air in September. And but next weekend, definitely the humidity looks to build ahead of what may be another potential big cool down. European has hinted at this in the long range model for a while now. Potential for definitely maybe a bigger time cold front that may just cross the entire region and really build in some great fall air, some great lower humidity. But this is pretty far out, but check it out. That is definitely some much drier air, some much lower dew points that will make it feel great for sure. And I mean, check it out. That is the dew points you really want to see, to where you go out and be like, wow, this is some great fall air. So we're watching that. That is pretty far out. But I mentioned multiple shots in the thumbnail, in the title, because I really think this won't be our only shot here coming up midweek. I think we will have another chance to get another cool down. And check it out. And this is just a brief preview of what temperatures could be 8-9 days out if we can get that big time cold front that makes it late range into the European. Sorry about the noise background, guys. I'm having to film this in a warehouse at work. So but check out the high temperatures for this coming Tuesday. Maybe not even getting out of the 70s. I think we will. It's just we're not quite there yet, but low temperatures in the low 60s. So we're definitely starting to see multiple shots of cool air, guys. So it's definitely something to look forward to. And thank God we're not getting a very super hot September. It was brutal a week and a half ago. But and it's not very comfortable this week, but it has not been super hot, just very humid and kind of rainy and damp. But high temperatures for next Wednesday, potentially only in the 70s and 80s for parts of the state, with lower humidity, not high humidity like this week, and low temperatures for next Thursday morning. You know, we don't know how low the temperatures are going to get, but you can tell. You can look at your little Weather Channel 10-day forecast and tell that you probably see that cool down on your app. I think we all do. And actually this time it is right. It is pretty much pinpointing what the models are saying. So definitely the potential for a cool down middle of this coming week, and maybe potentially a bigger one down the road. We'll get more about that later, but I appreciate y'all watching. More importantly, y'all have a blessed and safe Friday night.